Hello, I'm Emmeline.
And I'm Kindy.
And welcome to Stuff with Moms, a podcast about shows, stories, and enjoying life.
Emmeline, how was your week? You are still doing stuff.
We are. We are packing and cleaning. Lots of cleaning.
Lots of cleaning. At least you're cleaning. I don't think anyone really cares to clean their house before they leave it when they move out. So good job.
I do not like that.
When you move into a house
the
that's not
scout
clean.
in me is like, because my dad raised us to, leave something better than how you found it. And so whenever we leave a place, we try to make it better. And we've done improvements on this house, so I feel like we've done that. So now I just need to make it nice and clean. So, yeah.
Yeah, because you made the yard look really nice.
Yes. Then we got shipping off day, and oh my gosh. Yep.
Shipping off day? What do you mean by that?
Oh, well,
the day you leave?
The day we leave, so.
Oh, man.
I
love that you call it shipping off day.
That's next week sometime. We haven't decided if we're leaving Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Like, we haven't decided which day.
So why is it so fluid? Is it because...
So Kyle starts the Monday after that. He starts work. And because it's such a long drive and we're hauling all of our stuff, we're trying to decide what day is best to head out. Because as soon as we get out there, we need to start paying for rent on the place that we're going to be renting while we look for a house. So the sooner we head out, the longer the boys have to be in the car. I don't know. I don't know what the best answer is. Kyle and I were like, we got to figure that out.
Yeah. Well, and you also, I guess another factor that might help with your decision making is how much time do you want to relax before Kyle has to go to work? Exactly.
No. So,
because even though you're sitting and driving, it's exhausting.
Yep.
It's so exhausting.
Yep, it is.
I think it's because your brain is constantly working. Like, just because your body's not doing anything.
Oh, yeah. You're like thinking of all the things.
Well, and just the action of driving, like just to make sure that you don't hit anyone and no one hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that the truck is starting to overheat. I got to pull over. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, everybody send good vibes our way. That we will make this trip. Anyway, how was your week? Did you do chores?
Okay, so I'm so lazy. I got really motivated coming back from visiting you, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the dishes every day, and I was on it. Like, dishes were done every night, and like things were getting clean. And then the farther away from visiting you and your family, because just like seeing how clean you kept your house, I was motivated, and now I'm not as motivated. So
I'll just show you pictures of my house every once in a while.
Yeah, there you go.
Except right now, it wouldn't motivate you at all.
It wouldn't help at all. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I can just sit around the house because your house isn't clean, so I don't have to clean my house. I should have you video yourself cleaning your house so I can be motivated. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm such an odd person. Anyway, I kind of wish I had like slight OCD where I was more motivated to clean my house, but I'm not. I get so tired from working during the day and then getting the kids dinner. And then after that, I'm like, I just want to sit and do nothing. I just want to do nothing. So most of the time I do nothing, but I need to stop that and stop being lazy and clean my house and get my kid to start help clean. He'd love it. He would love help cleaning under certain circumstances, but yeah, probably chores. That's probably, I need to start having him do like a chore list or something and give him money to do chores or something.
Yeah. A little motivation. Find out what motivates him.
Yeah. Right. Well, and I'm just starting to get him to clean himself like in the tub and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
That's
I
always
don't know at what
nice.
point you should be doing that, but yeah. That was my week. Work and making dinner and trying to clean the house. All right, Emmeline, you have our obscure holiday. What holiday should we be celebrating?
Okay, so July 22nd is Toss Away the Could Haves and Should Haves Day. And the reason I picked
physical or
yes. The reason I picked it is because I thought that was a really funny long title of a day, of a holiday. So again, it's Toss Away the Could Haves and Should Haves Day. And this day was created by author and motivational speaker Martha J. Ross Rogers to encourage people to let go of the past and live in the present. She says, the best way to celebrate is to get a piece of paper and pen, jot down your regrets, and then toss it or burn it.
Ooh, I like the burning.
Yeah. It's a physical way of getting rid of that past regret.
Nice.
It helps you make the resolution not to live in the past,
but to live in the present.
Yeah. Your best years are ahead of you. So don't give up now.
Yeah. Keep going. And I love that it's like almost pretty much in the middle of the year. And it's not like January where you're also trying to make your goals.
Yes.
Which that is also a good time to let go of your regrets.
Yeah. Don't dwell on things you can't control. That's just silly. We don't have time machines. We don't forgive and move on, or apologize and move on, you know.
Very good advice.
Walt Disney says keep moving forward. So he would have liked this holiday.
He would have. He probably would have had some big party at Disneyland.
Yeah. Third Saturday in July.
Yeah.
Go to Disneyland. I don't know. Okay, Kindy, you picked to do an acronym of the week?
I did, because we were planning on doing acronyms and we just haven't done one yet. So I picked YAHOO. So what does YAHOO stand for? YAHOO.
Yet another holiday over October. That isn't it.
You got
that
the first
isn't
two,
it
right?
at all. Yet another?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Oh. Well, good job, Emmeline.
Yeah. You want to keep guessing?
All right.
H-O-O?
Yet another happy only oogle. I don't know.
Oogle.
Right.
It's kind of out there.
Yet
so
another human over. Yet another human over octopuses. Octopi. Yet another human octopi. Oogler.
You got it.
What?
No.
Okay.
Nope,
I'm done
not even
guessing.
close. Okay. It is yet another hierarchical, officious oracle. What? That is what Yahoo stands for.
Like the search engine?
Like the search engine. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yet another hierarchical, officious oracle. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's hard to say. Say that
Yeah,
10 times fast, audience.
or even 3 times. By that time, you're like, probably.
Oh.
I don't know. That would be me.
So I have our kindness story. This one I liked because it restored my faith in humanity. When I read stuff like this, I'm just like, this is just so nice. Kind of like your one last week.
Yeah.
A woman from Sudan, Alik, who was pregnant and had 2 young children in tow, arrived in Fort Worth, Texas without her husband in 2012. Her husband was, I want to say Dion is his name.
Dion, how do you spell
Dyan.
Dion?
Dion? Yeah, maybe it's Dion.
Who knows? We're probably saying it wrong no matter what.
Sorry, Dion or Dion, I pronounced your name wrong. So, upon leaving their refugee camp in Egypt, Dion wasn't able to make the journey with his family because the couple had no official proof of their marriage with them. Alec was processed as a single mother and bumped to the top of the resettlement list, and Dion was processed as a single man, and he was moved all the way to the bottom.
Oh.
So over the next 4 years, 2 women with the village church in Fort Worth helped Alec and her children get their lives started in the U.S. and then contacted the congressional representatives and spoke with attorneys and met with social workers in an attempt to get Dion to come to the U.S. And after 4 years, Dion was finally reunited with his wife and 3 children, including the baby that Alec was pregnant with when she left.
Oh, man.
And there's a video of him and her reuniting in the airport.
Aww.
Yeah, and I'll link it in the show notes. It's the most precious thing. But these women that were part of this village church in Fort Worth did all this work to just reunite this family back together.
Oh, man. That is so sweet. That's so sad how long it took. I'm sure there's lots of people, so it takes a long time.
Thanks, people that, you know, go above and beyond and work to help others, because it makes the rest of us feel happy and want to do better. So,
yeah,
thank you.
It does.
Okay, so tell us all about dealing with kids and hoping this phase ends.
So fast. So Anders is of the age, and this is what I put to Emmeline before we started, was Anders is, and he's been doing this for a while. So, but this weekend it was like just compounded, and I just didn't have the patience for it. Where we would tell him we were going to do something, and he would ask how many minutes before that something. So he's always been asking how many months before his birthday, how many months before Christmas, like he just asks these. And then sometimes he'll ask in days, how many days till Christmas? I'm like, oh, kid, I don't even know. Or he'll ask how many minutes, and I'm like, I'm not even going to try and calculate that for you. I could, but I'm not going to. So it's like, I'm not going to tell you. Lots and lots and lots and lots. There's like various, and those answers that I just said are like various answers that I give my child, because he asks so many times. And I don't know if it's his personality, his age, or that he's a boy and just has to know when everything is. So he was asking, we told him that grandma was going to come and take us to dinner on Saturday. And we told us in the morning. Why we told him so early, I don't know. I usually wait to tell him until there's like minutes before something's happening. Because I get the how many minutes until this happens? How many minutes until this? How many more minutes, Mom? Like, even if I tell him, it's like a repetitive question too. Now, how many more minutes, Mom? Oh my gosh. So he kept asking when grandma was going to come. And so when does this end? When does this like consistent asking of when something is going to happen end? And does it end?
I don't know. I feel like once they understand time, like days and length of things better, that it way lessens because they understand it themselves.
Yeah.
And you can tell an amount and it actually means something. He's still at an age where it doesn't necessarily mean something. And so when you count down for him, it kind of cements in his mind what that length. Oh, it's been, however long. Oh, it's lessened. It's even less now. Okay. There's a couple of solutions to this. I have one sister and she didn't use this for everything, but whenever her kids
Yeah.
would ask her a question that she didn't want to answer, she had a set answer, she would say. And so the kids would know, oh, she gave me the answer 42. And that's what she says when she doesn't want to answer
Because it's
something.
not a movie.
It isn't a
42
movie.
is the answer to everything.
It is the answer to everything. You're right.
I love that. Hitchhiker's Guide Through the Galaxy.
Kindy knew the name of it.
Like one occasion I can help.
So my sister,
So 42.
Megan, she answers her kid with 42.
That is awesome. I'm going to start doing that, I think. Okay, what's the other one?
Your other solution could be to get him a watch. Maybe let him pick out the watch and then teach him how to tell time. And then you can say, see how it is 2:00 now.
Yeah.
When the clock says 5:00, Grandma will be here. And not only does it help him to learn to tell time, it keeps him from asking you every 2 minutes, how many more minutes.
Okay, I might try that. Although there was one time, granted we have a face clock, and I've done that once where I'm like, okay, when the little hand is pointing here and the big hand is pointing here, because it was one of those days where I could not handle answering how many minutes before this thing was happening. And he still, even like 5 minutes later, hey Mom, how long until this is happening? I'm like, kid, I'm about to go crazy.
You could put like pointy arrow sticky notes on the clock its face itself so that he can see, oh, it isn't there yet.
But we'll have to try that route.
Lorenzo did this thing once when we were traveling, from our house down to Kyle's parents' house.
Okay.
And the whole drive, he asked, how many minutes left? And I answered a couple times, but I got to the point where I was like, this is driving me crazy. And luckily there's two of us. And Kyle stepped in and took it like a pro, and he answered.
Calm as ever.
From pretty much after about 10 minutes in the car, and it was a 2-hour drive. He answered every few seconds because Lorenzo would ask, how many more minutes till we get there? And Kyle would say, 97. How many more minutes till we get there? 97. How many more minutes till we get there? 97. How many more minutes till we get there? 96. And when he changed the number, so it was less, Lorenzo would go, yay! How many more minutes now? 96. How many more minutes now? And it just progressed. And he did it the whole drive there. And I was just like, I couldn't do that.
Me either.
And then it got to be the point where I thought it was funny. And I was able to just be okay with it. Yeah.
You didn't have to answer him.
Yes. But I did, because Lorenzo went through that phase, and I did. I bought him a little digital watch, and I taught him how to read time. Anyway, there's lots of good watches out there. Find one that does all that you want it to do and get it for Anders.
All right. Well, I'll have to do that. Maybe that'll save my sanity and his life.
It saved my sanity, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want to say hi to our audience? Do you say hi?
Hi.
That was Anders saying hi. Okay, now you got to go because I'm recording. Okay, love you. I'll talk to you when I'm done. How many minutes are we going to the treat street? Go ask your dad how many more minutes to the countdown of my life.
Okay, so you want to give us our movie quote for next episode?
Yeah. So next episode, would you do me a favor, Harry? Drop dead.
I'm excited for this one, Kindy.
Me too. I love this. I haven't seen it in forever, so I think I might just buy it instead of rent it or what have you. We are going to talk about Speed Racer. I've never seen this movie before.
So this was made in 2008. So it isn't the cartoon. It isn't anything else you can find. So look for the 2008 film. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen it. I found a great summary that I'm going to read. Speed Racer is a young man whose life and love has always been for automobile racing. His parents, Pops and Mom, run an independent racer motors company in which his brother Spritle, his pet chimpanzee Chim Chim, his mechanic Sparky, and his girlfriend Trixie are all involved. As a child, Speed idolized his record-setting older brother, Rex Racer, who was apparently killed while racing in the Casa Cristo rally. Now embarking in his own career, Speed is quickly sweeping the racing world with his skill behind the wheel of his brother's Mach 5 and his own T180 car, the Mach 6. One day, E.P. Arnold Royalton, CEO of Royalton Industries, shows up. This is right after Speed won the race. He shows up and offers Speed a luxurious lifestyle in exchange for signing on to race for him. Speed thinks about it, but his father's distrust in power-hungry corporations kind of influences him away from it. Royalton is angry and reveals that for many years, key races have been fixed by corporate interests, including himself, to gain profits. Royalton takes out his anger on Speed by having his drivers force Speed into a crash that destroys the Mach 6 and suing Racer Motors for intellectual property infringement in the next race in Fiji. So Speed gets an opportunity to retaliate through Inspector Detector, head of an intelligence agency corporate crimes division. Racer Tejo Togo-Khan supposedly has evidence that would indict Royalton, but will only offer it if Speed and the notorious masked Racer X agree to race with him in the Team Casa Cristo rally, which was how Rex, his older brother, died. And it would substantially raise the stock price of Tejo Togo-Khan's family's racing business, blocking a Royalton-arranged buyout. So Speed agrees and keeps his decision secret from his family. And Detector's team makes several defensive modifications to the Mach 5 to assist Speed in the race. After they drive together and work naturally as a team, Speed begins suspecting that Racer X is actually Rex in disguise. His family discovers that he entered the race and, after some talking, agreed to support him, though Pops is still angry at him for not asking permission to race. Then, with his family aiding him, Speed defeats many brutal racers who are bribed by the fixer Cruncher Block to stop him and overcome insurmountable obstacles to win the race, while Detector's team arrests Block. However, Tejo's arrangement is revealed to be a sham, as he was only interested in increasing the value of his family's company to profit from the Royalton buyout. Enraged, Speed hits the track that he used to drive with his brother and confronts Racer X with his suspicion that he is Rex. Racer X removes his mask, revealing an unfamiliar face, and tells Speed that Rex is indeed dead, but advises Speed not to let racing change the way he is and figure out his own driving. Speed returns home and plans to leave, but Pops expresses his pride in Speed's actions and that he was wrong not to let Speed enter the race, since his own stubbornness drove Rex away before finding out about the race-fixing conspiracy. Tejo's sister, Haruku, unexpectedly arrives and gives him Tejo's rejected automatic invitation to the upcoming Grand Prix. The Racer family bands together and builds a new Mach 6 in 32 hours. Speed enters the Grand Prix with the help of Inspector Detector. Against great odds, Royalton has placed a $1 million bounty on his head that the other drivers are all eager to collect, and he's pitted against future Hall of Fame driver Jack Cannonball Taylor. Speed overcomes a slow start to catch up with Taylor, who uses a cheating device called a spear hook to latch the Mach 6 to his car. Speed uses the jump jacks to expose the device to video cameras, causing Taylor to crash. Speed wins the race, having successfully exposed Royalton's crimes, and Racer X watches a flashback montage that reveals that he really is Rex, having faked his death and undergone plastic surgery to change his appearance as part of the plan to protect Speed and his family to fight in the sport of racing. He chooses not to reveal his identity, declaring that he must live with his decision. The Racer family celebrates Speed's victory as Speed and Trixie kiss. Tejo testifies against Royalton and Block, and Royalton is sent to jail.
Yay! Is that one that you made?
No, I looked that up on Wikipedia.
Nice.
That was kind of long, though.
Yeah, that's okay. It's a very good summary. I like it. So you go first. What do you like about this movie, since you are the one that suggested we watch it?
First off, this movie is just fun to watch. It's colorful and different. Like, the way they filmed it is there's lots of green screening. They put headshots into scenes in front of a scene that's already going on. There's the story, the way they tell it is you kind of get it through like flashbacks and stuff, which is interesting. The actors that they got to play, like Little Speed and Little Trixie, I think they're so cute.
Yeah.
Spritle is so rambunctious and fun, and I love him so much.
Me too.
Spritle and Chim Chim, they're the best.
So cute.
They get into all sorts of mischief, but
yeah, they do.
Yeah. What's something you liked?
Same with the filming of it. It was so good. I loved how colorful it was. I loved the line that you picked and seeing what that was about. So Spritle is watching a cartoon with Chim Chim, and his mom stops and was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Nothing." And that's where she asked, "Is that the same nothing that broke my couch?" And he said, "No, that was a totally different nothing." Like, I just loved it. It was super cute. And the cars are so tough. Like, granted, the last race, the car's pretty beat up, but it goes through a lot. But, like, anytime they hit somebody, the cars are fine. And they hit a lot. Like, it's okay to just go after each other in these races. It's like, that's part of it. And the only thing that they can really modify is, like, the jumpingness of the car, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Racer is actually the family's last name, which I thought was pretty clever. And so I loved the race where Speed is racing and he could beat his brother's record, because you see like a shadow outline of his red Mach 5 against Speed Racer's white Mach 6. And so I just love that, where you can see where both cars are at in relation to the time of the race, and how he lets off the gas and wants to keep his brother's memory alive in not beating that record, which he totally could have.
Yep.
I thought that was very clever how they filmed that, and it's so different, but it's fun different.
Yes.
I liked that.
I think my favorite thing about this movie is how much focus is on the family. The Racer family, they care about each other. They love each other. They try to do what's best, and they build each other up. They talk through things. It's so great. One of my favorite quotes is Royalton's talking to Pops, and Pops is Speed Racer's dad.
Yeah, John Goodman.
Yep. Royalton's talking to him, and he's like, "So, Mr. Racer, did you like what you saw here today?" And Pops says, "You know what, Mr. Royalton? My sons are the most important thing that I've ever done in my life, besides marrying my best friend." And then he goes on to say companies like him scare him, and that his family's the important thing. And he's like, if my son decides that he wants to join up with you, fine, I'll make it work, but I don't like you.
Yeah, basically. Another quote that he says that I thought was hilarious was Trixie, the girlfriend, asks, was that a ninja? And the dad goes, more like a nanja.
terrible what passes for ninjas these days.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And then she's like, cool beans.
Yeah.
Maybe I should put in the warning for photosensitive viewers. This might cause a little bit of
a seizure.
A seizure. Yep. There's this part that when Speed Racer goes back to Mr. Royalton and he turns him down. He's like, I'm not going to do it. And instead of being like, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Good luck in whatever you decide. Royalton turns into a monster. He's like, how dare you? Like, you don't turn down me. And it's awful. He tells Speed how racing isn't about cars or drivers. All that matters is power and the unassailable might of money. That was like an insight into what his character is. He's all about the money, power and money. And then that Speed Racer says, Pops is right. You are the devil.
Yeah.
And then Spritle comes in and they brought him in. They're like, we found him. And he's like, get those two out of here. And then right as they're closing the elevator doors, Spritle flips off Mr. Royalton. I love that part so much. I don't agree with flipping off, but man, that gets me every time. I'm like, I love him. I love Spritle.
Yeah. He's definitely a spunky kid, that's for sure.
Yeah. And then one of the things Spritle says is, I'm going to send that guy some Chim Chim cookies.
Yeah. They don't ever clarify what they are, but you kind of understand that
they do.
Poop.
They do.
Oh.
Because he says when they go to fight in the mountains, when they're during that fighting scene, Spritle shoots with his slingshot one of the bad guys, and then he says, Chim Chim cookie, and Chim Chim throws a turd.
Oh, yeah.
He throws a turd at Cruncher Block, the guy with the piranhas.
Well, speaking of the fight, I love the fact that they had a monkey fighting with a monkey wrench.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. I thought that was fun.
That fight scene is so great. One of the henchmen of Cruncher Block says, this is called a change of plan. And then his minion's like, yeah, that's right. We're changing your plan that changed our plan to change your plan. Right, boss?
That was fun.
Oh, I love that. I want to go meta a little bit because this stuff, it's so fun to me. Yeah. So, Speed Racer is a manga from Japan. And manga is like their comic books. It was called YAHOO Go Go.
Okay.
And it was printed back in 1966. And the author is Tatsu Yoshida. He modeled Speed Racer after Elvis Presley's look in Viva Las Vegas. And he liked James Bond's Aston Martin from Goldfinger, his car with all the like tricks and gadgets. Yeah. And so he's like, I'm going to write a manga with that. And the main character, his name is actually Go Myphone. And it's not Speed Racer. That's the Americanized. They renamed all the characters, from Japanese names. But his name was Go Myphone. And the triple meaning of Maha Go 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 comes from Mahago, which is the name of the car. In Japanese, the word for 5 is go. Ichi, ni, son, shi, go, roku. Anyway, that's my Japanese that I learned when we almost moved to Japan when I was a kid. I learned how to count to 10 and hello and goodbye and where's the bathroom.
Yeah. Important ones. Hello, where's the bathroom?
And then we ended up not moving to Japan, so I didn't learn anymore. But that was when I was...
Does that kind of make you sad?
That was when I was 4.
Oh, dang.
So I'm surprised I still remember that stuff.
Yeah. That's impressive. If you did go, you'd probably still speak Japanese?
Yep. Japanese.
Okay. I was like, is it Japanese? There's not another word for it. Okay.
No.
Kind of like Brazil. It's not Brazilian. It's Portuguese.
Yep.
And, I can't think of anything else, but there's others.
Mandarin in China. Anyway, go, go, go is the general Japanese sound for a rumble. So maha go, go, go is just saying like mock
rumble. So it's the sound. It's not necessarily the word.
Yeah. Go, go, go.
If you didn't know anything, you just knew 5, it'd sound like 5, 5, 5.
And the character of Go looks like a 5. Huh. So
how do you look like a 5? You're bent?
No, the character. Because Japanese write in characters.
Oh,
they don't use letters.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
They use characters.
I thought you meant like the character in the show.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. That's the proper way to say it. It just threw me off.
Yeah, because we were talking about other things. Anyway.
Yeah.
So in 1967 and 1968, they took the manga and they made TV episodes. 52 animated episodes, anime episodes, and
oh, nice.
And
is there an English version?
And then, American TV got the rights to it. Renamed all the characters, dubbed all the talking and stuff, and so you can find them out there. These 52 episodes of Speed
Which
Racer.
I feel like was at the end of the movie. There were some talking, and it sounded like it was possibly from the TV show.
It is. You're right.
It is?
That's from the TV show. So if you watch through the credits, they do the Speed Racer song, the new one. Then in that song, they have cutouts from the episodes, the Americanized version. Okay. There is Japanese in the song. And then at the very, very end of the credits, they play the Americanized TV show song.
Okay.
Back from the early days.
Yeah.
So now you kind of understand why they used Go, Speed Racer, Go. Because it was, go, go, go.
Vroom. There's probably a good reason why they renamed all the characters, because it would just be too comical. All right, so what did you not like about the movie?
I was trying to think about that. I was like,
so was I.
What do I not like about the movie? And I was like, I don't have anything that I don't like in this movie. Maybe
I think it's sad that Rex had to leave his family for them to be okay. Like, why couldn't he just be like Speed and stick with them and everything turn out okay? I guess I don't know. Maybe he helped make everything turn out okay.
Yeah, he did. And in the manga, Racer X is actually the better driver than Speed. And he actually makes it so Speed wins all the time because he is in second place and kind of keeps the bad guys away with all his cool card tricks. So, car tricks, not card tricks. Before we conclude, because I guess there isn't anything I don't like about this movie. I love it all.
Yeah.
I love the whole thing. I thought we could talk about a few things. Pops realizes he made some parenting mistakes and doesn't want to repeat them. I thought that was, it showed, I like the growth of the characters as you watch it through the movie, because, he realized with Rex, he's like, I let him believe that he wasn't welcome here.
Yeah, well, that racing was more important than he was.
And that his shop was more important than the family. And he's like, and it isn't true, so I don't know why I let him believe that. And so I thought that was cool. And I like how it kind of shows how, as a kid, Speed watched his brother and watched how the racing world attacked his character. And so he kind of knew what it was about. So when Royalton came to him and was like, here, lucrative lifestyle, he kind of knew already. Because he saw his brother go through stuff. And he's like, he knew what it was about.
Yeah, because they don't really talk about like who he signed on with. It just talks about him being a rat. But then the guy who fixes the race, they talk about them being rats. And so you just kind of determine that if you are part of fixing the race, then you're a rat. That's kind of what I got from it. Because they called that kid a rat.
Yeah.
As well. So I was like, so it's not necessarily that he's tattletelling on anyone. It's just that he's part
of messing with
the underworld of fixing it. Yeah.
I like that Speed knows what he's good at. And he's like, I know I'm a good racer. And he just tries to use what he's good at to try and make the world a better place. And he's like, that's at one point, you can't fix the world through racing. And he's like, but that's what I'm good at. And so I'm going to try.
Yeah, I'm going to try through racing.
Yeah. And I was like, that's kind of there's so many lessons in this movie for me, personally. Yeah. I'm like, like I might not be the person that has a lot of money and can donate to all these good causes or, do certain things, but there are things I'm good at, and you can use those to
make change,
to make change in your way, in the way that you can. I wrote down, I would be like Sparky in a fight.
You mean Sparks? Oh,
Sparky.
Yeah. Sparky.
No, Sparky is the older friend of Speed that helps in the races.
The controller guy.
He's the controller guy and helps build the cars. And anyway, he works at Racer Motors, and I'm like, that would be me in a fight. I'd be like, yeah, I can get. Like at one point, he's fighting a ninja. Well, he's not fighting the ninja. The ninja's beating him up.
Yeah.
And what Sparky says to Speed is like, I got him. And the ninja keeps beating him up, and he's like holding Sparky by the fingers and twisting him around. And and Sparky says, I still got him. Because he's being distracted by Sparky, so he's not attacking anybody else. So he's still got him. And then in the fight on the mountainside, where he keeps thinking he's getting the upper hand, and then he's wrong. And I'm like, that's me. That's me in a fight. I bet. I've never been in one, but
I was gonna say, thankfully we don't know, and I doubt it because you've never been in a fight.
There's a couple more quotes I want to say, and then one more thing. The one guy that brings Racer Motors the court documents, and they're like, this isn't possible, and we haven't done those things. And the guy that brings the documents, he says, that's for a jury to decide.
Oh yeah, he's like so monotone. He's like, I don't even care. I just here's some papers.
That was great. And then that time where Ben Burns comes to visit him in the locker room. He's like, tough break, kid. And then, and then he's like, hey, wait, can I ask you a question? Did you and Stickleton, was that race fixed in the 43 Grand Prix? And then Ben Burns says, everybody thought that me and Stickleton hated each other. Funny, ain't it? And then he walks away. And I'm like, he didn't answer the question.
At all. So his non-answer almost makes you think he answered it and saying, yeah, it was fixed. It's like,
but I'm like, the next time that somebody asks me a question I don't want to answer, should I say, everybody thought that me and Stickleton hated each other. Funny, ain't it? And then they'll be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That cracked me up. Okay. And then I had a question for you. Have you ever been paraded around somewhere fancy? Look at all these things. Because Royalton brought him in, flew him low through the city, and said, look at all this stuff, and you could be a part of this. I was just curious. Have you ever been in a situation where
nobody schmoozed me?
You were schmoozed.
I was never schmoozed. Schmoozed? Do you say the shush?
Schmoosh? I don't know. Smoozed? No, that's wrong.
Right? Yeah, schmoozed.
Schmoozed.
I love that this is what we're clarifying. The difference.
I haven't either. I haven't ever been. Oh, no, just kidding. I have.
Oh, yeah?
It was kind of funny. It wasn't like fancy everything, but when Kyle was thinking about this job here where we are now, we came up and they kind of gave us a tour and showed us things and took us around. And near the end, David, the guy that was, doing all this, he was like, so what do you think? Like,
are you impressed?
Are you impressed? Do you want to come here? I was like, David, I already wanted to come here. You didn't need to show me any of this. I was like, as soon as I found out where it was, I was sold.
On board.
The one you need to convince is him.
Oh, because he was asking you?
Yeah, he was asking me, not Kyle. Okay, so we decided our top 3 were going to be our favorite movies of John Goodman. So our top 3 favorite movies of John Goodman. Do you want to go first?
Sure. 1 is Born Yesterday. 2 is Speed Racer. And then 3 was kind of hard. I did 10 Cloverfield Lane. He is the bad guy, but he plays a really good creepy bad guy.
Oh, he does.
That's my other one, because I haven't seen a lot of his other stuff. I mean, there's Roseanne, which I don't know if we're doing.
Nah, we're just picking movies, I guess.
Yeah. So I would go with 10 Cloverfield Lane.
My top 3 are number 1, Emperor's New Groove.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that one. That one's way better. Okay, that's my third one.
He does Pacha.
Yeah, he does.
Pacha's voice.
Way better. Yeah.
And then number 2, Speed Racer.
Yeah.
And then number 3, I was having problem deciding between these 2. But I finally decided Monsters, Inc. is my third.
That's right, because he's
Sully.
He's Sully.
Yeah.
Wow, IMDb is like really just
slacking on you.
Failed me. Yeah, because neither of those popped up. Like there were like random ones, like random cars, and then
he did do the voice for some characters on video games. So.
Oh, okay. And then but no, like I didn't see Monsters Inc. I saw like another random Monsters Inc. one, and man, IMDb, you are failing. I was like, how is it that I've seen him in movies or heard him in movies? How is it that I've not, like, I can't see any of them? Anyway, that's sad.
But he's also, have you seen The Princess and the Frog?
I have, yeah.
He's the Big Daddy is his voice.
He is?
Yeah, he does the voice of
a crocodile?
Big Daddy. No, Big Daddy, the Princess Girls.
Dad. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Sugar.
Whatever you want. I don't know. I can't do his voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my because I really like Princess and the Frog, but I like Monsters Inc. more. So,
all right. So, how many stars would you give it?
This one gets all the stars for me. All 5.
All the stars.
All 5. I could watch this movie anytime.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine would be 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good.
Yeah.
And Mom approved. Who would we not let watch the show?
Anders didn't really care for it.
Really?
Oh. Yeah. So my 4-year-old did not care for this movie. I even told him there's cars and there's racing. I mean, that's like 10 minutes into it, they start racing, or 15 maybe. Anyway.
It's like
even when the cars started racing.
Oh.
He just was not into it. I guess there are, when he's in school taking the test, there's flashes.
Yep.
He just could have cared less. He started playing on my bed instead. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe
that surprised
next year.
me. Maybe
maybe
next year. Well, this is Mom approved. It gets all the Mom approval. Anybody can watch it. Spritle is even nice and stops the kissing from happening. And when it does finally happen at the very end, he gives a warning to the little kids. There's going to be kissing.
Yeah. Yeah, what was the first
Uninoculated.
Yes, uninoculated. I thought that was
And cootie sensitive viewers.
cootie sensitive. Yeah. Love that.
Okay, and I do have a tally board. So I thought I'll have you guess one of them, but then we'll just zip through the rest of them. And then maybe we can talk about one of them. I counted the fight scenes, but these don't include like using the cars
fighting.
to fight. Yeah, okay. This is just like...
So person on person fighting.
So how many fight scenes do you think there were? And I did include like not back and forth fighting, like, you know, when Tejo Togo-kan was getting beat up, that I considered a fight scene, even though it was more like a torture scene.
A torture scene. Included torture scenes. Let's see here. 1, 2, 4 times?
9. There are 9.
9?
Yeah. 9
fight
God. Scenes.
I was way off. What are the other ones? Because the mountain, the where he's tortured that you just mentioned, and then I was counting a few extra because I was like, there's some I'm not remembering.
Yeah. So when Trixie's little, she punches the little girl.
Right.
That's making fun of Speed.
Yeah.
So I considered that a fight scene.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, then when the little boy's making fun of Rex and Speed beats him up at school.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So that one.
I totally forgot about that one.
Then we got... they're all...
We got others. So there's more.
Yeah, there's 9 of them.
Good.
So Pop grunting. Pop's grunts. I called it Pop's grunts.
Pop's grunts.
So that happened 9 times.
Oh, okay.
Royalton sneering 24 times.
Dang.
He sneers a lot.
The unhappy man. Yeah.
Quick save bubbles. That's when the racers get bubbled out of their car to keep them safe.
Yeah.
22 of those.
Oh, dang. Okay.
When Ben Burns is referenced or mentioned.
Oh, okay.
11 times. Flashbacks. There are 20 of those.
Oh, wow. I would guess lower.
Bribing happens 7 times.
Okay.
Spritle Pointing. He points a lot during the movie.
Yeah.
Spritle Pointing 14 times. Racing scenes, there's 13 of those.
Okay.
And then Mom holding back saying stuff happens 6 times.
Okay.
So, and then Kindy, is the movie title said in this movie?
Oh, yeah. It's his name.
I didn't count it.
It was too many times.
I was just like, yes, that happens. So I was like, maybe in the future I'll just do that. Like, this is a yes/no tally.
Yeah, because it doesn't happen very often. Yeah, because most of the time it'll be 1, I think.
I thought the times when Mom was holding back saying stuff, I thought we could discuss a few of them. Because like in the very first couple of minutes, the teacher calls Mom Racer in and is like, oh, and your husband isn't even here. And you can see Susan Sarandon just like hold back words.
Yeah. I know. I thought when she said that, I'm like, why does he need to be?
I know.
It's like, that's weird.
Like your son looks up to, he can't even be here and support. And so Susan Sarandon's like, she does a good job.
Yeah, she does.
The other one I wanted to bring up was when Mr. Royalton's like, so what did you think? Like he asks, aren't you so impressed? And she's like, you could say that. She doesn't say what she's really thinking. She holds back a little bit.
Yeah, I love that. I want to learn that art, the art of saying something but not saying what you think.
I want to end with Pop says to him, "You can't believe a crook." Tells Speed that, and then Racer X at one point says, It doesn't matter if racing never changes. What matters is if we let racing change us. And I thought that was good because we all have things in our life that racing could be in our life, and we just need to ride things out and don't let it change who we are, our core selves. So before it fades to credits, it ends showing that Royalton got put in jail, and the very last phrase that's typed up across the screen is, "Cheaters never prosper." And I was like, that's so great. Like a family-friendly film that's full of just lessons and good things. And so go watch it. If you haven't seen it yet, this movie didn't get the hype that it deserved. It's one of those other ones.
I've never heard of it before.
Stardust. Like these movies, our friends out there in the podcast world, go watch them. They're so good. They're so good.
They are very good.
Okay, so next episode, we are going to be discussing Born Yesterday, which Kindy loves, and I'm excited to watch for the first time. So it will be kind of flipped from this week.
And I could do the tally board this time.
Ooh, sounds good.
Okay. I'm sad I have not introduced you to this movie. I love this movie. It speaks to my heart. Help us grow. Tell others. Share something you've learned. If you haven't learned anything, share anyway. We'd love to get out there and help improve the world by our conversations. And you can interact with us on our website. We also have a Facebook page and our email, which we'll link in the show notes. And we want to thank Red Productions for the music and Jonica for our logo. It is awesome. Mm-hmm. And to our listeners, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and we appreciate ya.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so I have a funny story to tell about Speed Racer. When Lorenzo was about 4, he watched this movie all the time. And that's when I found out that I didn't mind watching it all the time. We were this racer family for Halloween. He had a Speed Racer costume with the helmet, with the goggles, and we built like a car out of a box, and he'd sit in it like with straps that go over his shoulders so he could just run around, and it would be like he was driving the car, right? And he loved it. He would act out the whole movie dressed up, getting in and out of his little Mach 5, Mach 6. I remember as I was watching the end of the Grand Prix, it does this kind of slow-mo finish. He crosses the finish line, and the Mach 6 is just skittling on its front point over the finish line. And then it does this pan up to Speed Racer's face, and it's finished, and he like pulls off his helmet. And as I was watching this, it brought right to my mind's eye Lorenzo doing the slow-mo pull off the helmet thing that Speed Racer does at the end. And he would time it perfectly. He'd be watching, and he'd do it the same amount as Speed Racer did, slowly pull the helmet off, and then hop out and do his Speed Racer pose. Oh, it was the best. I love that so much.
So cute.
It was so cute.
That is adorable. That's awesome.
Yeah.